guys, welcome back to Hyrule Warriors. Last time we met in Hyrule Warriors, we encountered Sia for the first time in the Valley of Seers, but she managed to get all three pieces of the Triforce because Sheik, for some reason, had the Triforce of Wisdom with her. But that is a different tale for another time. By the way, this is actually where you can clearly tell that things are different than my last time we played. For one, I have 3 fairies instead of 2. But since Sia got the 3 pieces of the Triforce, she was able to open up a bunch of portals to different eras where all of them led to previous games in the series, because remember the whole Hero of Legend sealed the darkness, whatever, sealed Ganon behind 3 fragments all through space and time. Well, that's what happened. All 3 of those fragments are now freed. So now the crew has decided to split up to go to the 3 eras as a means to whatchamacallit, as a means to seal the Gate of Souls and end it. So yeah, once again, I'm playing as Sheik for the sake of getting the Gold Skulltula, which is defeat 2 or more times, and make sure you own 7 keeps. And just as a reminder, Impa does not trust Sheik because Sheik does not exist in the Sheikah tribe, according to Impa. By the way, they changed this. They changed the fairy's name specifically. Originally, it was Navi. They changed it to be just a random fairy now, which is so weird. That's such a change. I don't understand why they changed that. I guess and I would say it's because of the fact that Young Link is in this game, and that Young Link has Navi. But no, that's not true. Young Link uses Proxy too. In fact, no one uses Navi in this game. Navi is just not in this game, and that's such a weird thing. You would think that Ocarina of Time, with a game that's referencing Ocarina of Time a lot, they would reference Navi, one of the biggest parts of Ocarina of Time, whether you liked it or not, because Navi was annoying as hell. So now we're in Death Mountain from Ocarina, and it seems that Darunia, the chief of the Gorons, has gone a little crazy and is holding Princess Ruto hostage for some reason. So it's up to us to save Princess Ruto and knock some sense into Darunia, because that's just how it be. By the way, if you're wondering what's with Sheik's costumes and what's with Sheik's costume and why did it change between the cutscene and the game, that's because the game's cutscenes are not rendered in real time, unfortunately. And I'm actually equipped with Sheik's great sea outfit from the Wind Waker maps. So yeah, I've actually started playing a little bit of adventure mode, and a lot more adventure mode, and I'm actually blazing through it much faster than I thought I would. That's probably because I feel like the difficulty was adjusted for adventure mode, because I remember having a lot of problems with certain maps in the base adventure mode. But whatever. Yeah, but you will notice that certain things are different with the profile. For one, Sheik is like level 50, and I think last time we saw her, she was like level 30 something. But like some characters have different weapons than they originally had, or they're different levels than what they clearly were. And I mean, I'm not gonna, make a big deal. I'm not making a big stink about that because, one, it would be utterly pointless to make a whole new profile just for the Let's Play. The reason I'm doing this on New Game Plus technically is because, one, it saves time, and 2, I don't see the point in just making a whole new profile just for a Let's Play. I would just rather use my profile that I already have, and especially if I have access to the cutscenes all by just playing the legend mode all over again. I mean, I think the only exception to making a new profile I've done is for Fire Emblem so far, and that was because of the fact that Fire Emblem Warriors doesn't let you see the premonition chapter after subsequent playthroughs, even if you're trying to play in intended story mode, because they don't have like a separate like legend mode versus free mode similar to this game, because this game is really interesting with it. So if you go to the main menu, you see legend mode and free mode. In legend mode, you are limited to that to the characters of certain maps. So for example, at the beginning of this part, you saw that I was limited to Sheik or Impa. And yeah, but in free mode, I could play as literally anybody. That even includes the likes of Link, who is supposedly in Skyloft right now, or hell, I could be playing as Ganondorf right now, who hasn't even appeared in the story yet. I could be playing as Sia too. It doesn't really matter. Free mode though, there are some maps that just, it makes it really hilarious when you play as certain characters. Like later on, we're going to be playing as Ganondorf, and we're going to be basically we're going to be stealing the pieces of the Triforce back. And it's going to be funny playing as Link and having Link beat the crap out of Link. But yeah, this map's not that hard. So Darunia is gonna come down, and you're gonna fight him, or you can fight him. I would recommend getting rid of him at least once or twice, so you get an idea of how his abilities are. Plus, he will go for your allied base, and if you know the rules of Warriors games, do not let him just get to your allied base, otherwise he will demolish it. And if he does, guess what happens? It's game over. But actually, the gold Skulltula for this mission in terms of hard mode is you have to defeat Darunia twice, but you also have to make sure you have 7 keeps, and this has to be before the gates of the enemy base open. So yeah, most of the hard mode missions have a sort of pseudo time limit, where you are forced to basically hurry the hell up in order to get the gold Skulltula to appear in the first place. And then you have a time limit on top of that to get to the gold Skulltula after you let it appear on the map. I don't know if I went over Focus Spirit. I feel like I have. But Focus Spirit is basically an enhanced mode where all of your characters' stats are increased temporarily, and it's basically your chance to go crazy for a little bit and defeat as many enemies as you can. While you're in this state, every like 25 enemies that you defeat, you will unlock a perk. So the cap is at 130, and the perks are more experience, more rupees, more hearts, and better item drops, better weapon drops, stuff like that. It's really good to have that, to use that when you're near a near a lot of enemies at once, rather than just using it at when you're in a keep. So I use it mostly in like adventure mode battles where you have to defeat as many enemies as possible, or you have to win a KO competition against some rogue forces, stuff like that. By the way, I actually legitimately do feel bad for killing Gorons, because you hear their moans of pain, and I don't like that. I don't like it. I mean, I feel a little bad, but it's at the same time, like, why? Why did they program that? Also, Deku Babas are in this mission. But they're only in, like, a couple keeps. Oh, yeah, Darunia is back, by the way. So, yeah, Darunia keeps coming back no matter how many times you defeat him until you get Impa to the West Boulder Keep. Because he has a supply of rocks that he can eat. Because everyone knows Gorons can eat rocks. And that replenishes them. Which still pisses me off in Ocarina of Time, where our main quest for the Gorons was getting them rocks to eat, even though there are rocks all around them. But eat those! Okay, I guess it's like, I'm pretty sure it's like special rocks they can eat. But like, you're on Death freaking Mountain. There's like 1,000,000 rocks near you. Eat the mountain, for Christ's sake. By the way, I think I barely make it with this one, because Impa is literally right here. Because, like, Impa is right outside the keep, and once she gets in, the cutscene's going to trigger, and Darunia is going to teleport back to the enemy base, and I basically lost my chance, but I just barely make it. Oh yeah, and every time you defeat Darunia, the Gorons' morale is lost a little bit. Because, guess what? You lost. I like how Impa doesn't trust Sheik, but she's like saying, "Yeah, you're doing great." Dead. I actually like this theme, by the way, that's playing. I forgot what it's called. But I like this theme. I'm probably going to say that a lot for this game, so, you know, don't mind that. So yeah, Impa basically turns the... Oh god, that pop-in's beautiful, right? That disappeared before the rock hit it. What was I saying? The thing about Legend Mode is that if you're not playing... So, sometimes the roles get mixed up. If you're playing as a certain character. So, for example, if you're not playing as Impa in this mission, it's Sheik that does this. Oh, Gold Skulltula's here. And I ran past it. There it is. I had the camera on it. Nope. Idiot. Turn around. Turn around. It's in the middle of the place. It's right there. Alright. All Goron-controlled keeps are open. Cool. And the entirety of the Goron forces are headed towards the Allied base. I claim this land mine. That is one thing I actually legitimately hate about this game. The open chests, it's the same button as the attack button. So sometimes you will end up attacking enemies that you don't mean. You'll end up attacking instead of opening the chests when you meant to open the chests. It's a minor thing. It's just kind of infuriating, especially if you're on like a crunch time. Like if your ally base is getting destroyed and you want to head back, but you keep attacking instead of, you know, actually doing stuff. So now we got bomb shoes heading towards the Allied base, but you can either take out the bomb shoes or you can take out the bomb shoe operators. If you take out the bomb shoe operators, you gain control of the bomb shoes and you just send them back to the enemy base. If you destroy the bomb shoes, you just destroy the bomb shoe and move on with your life. Man, how many times did I just say the word bomb shoe? Oh, someone was playing Pokemon Violet. And these big Poes are actually powering up Darunia. And I believe that they're the reason Darunia is kind of an asshole right now. Like, I think they're the thing contributing to Darunia's like personality shift right now, because if you've played Ocarina, you know exactly what Darunia is like. Darunia is like the chill dude. He's the homie. Yeah, you're gonna hit the guy who throws fire at you with a fire attack, Sheik. Nice job. Actually, that doesn't really matter in this game. There's no, like, advantages or disadvantages. They do have, like, recommended elements for, certain maps. Like, for most maps. Like, sometimes you'll see, like, a little thumbs up next to a character, and then you'll see, like, a little thumbs up next to their weapon, which is because of their element. That's the game's recommendation. But sometimes you can just get away with not following the recommendation at all, and just playing the game. Like, I know that sounds weird, but the game could recommend playing as the character who uses light weapon. But if you use a character who uses a dark weapon, the game's not going to do anything about it. In fact, it's not even going to give you a huge disadvantage from what I've noticed. You're still just as capable. It may be, I think they may take a little less damage from you, but in terms of, like, actually being easy, the difficulty doesn't really change that much. Oh yeah, that side quest has been up, even though I completed it. Oops. That's why I don't like the fact that I am over-leveled, I guess, because prompts don't pop up fast enough. Oh yeah, and Ruto's here. Ruto's fine. It's not that... Okay, actually, yes, it's gross. Yay! We beat the crap out of a guy who wasn't in control of his mind. Okay, then. Alright, bye, Sheik. Yeah. Yep, and that's the mission. I mean, not that hard. Yeah, we didn't even get to play as Impa. This is like one of the few times where they don't give us like a chance to play as Impa to keep protecting stuff or whatever. It's just you just played as Sheik this time. Like you played as either Sheik or Impa. You didn't get to choose. You didn't get to switch between the two, which was weird, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so I guess the next time we meet in Hyrule Warriors, we're going to be continuing on with the Ocarina of Time arc by going with Ruto, because she's going to tell us who's behind why Ruto was kidnapped in the first place. So see you guys next time, and take care.